My name is Mark Finnegan, along with my brother John Finnegan. We own Finnegans RV Center here in South Beloit, and a business that our parents started actually 43 years ago, back in 1969. Our father was a World War II Navy veteran serving in the Pacific Theater, and he unfortunately succumbed to cancer back in 2000. And we've always had kind of this empty spot in our hearts to honor him in a very memorable way. We put together the logistics of doing a trip to DC over 4 days with a combination of RVs, with us being an RV dealer, and coach buses. We were able to raise the funds to take 125, roughly 125 World War II era veterans, and we also do the Rosie the Riveter. And then the second year in 2011, we expanded the program. We opened it up to Korean era veterans through the end of 1958. And last year and again this year in 2012, we had a caravan of 10 56-passenger Prevost buses, 200 veterans, and away we go. And it's just an incredible time.
I was on the first VetsRoll. I took my uncle, who was 88. I took my father, who was 90.
My name's Don Knudsen. I served in Korea 1950 to 1952. I heard about this trip on VetsRoll to start with from the guys that went on the first trip. And they said, you have to sign up for this. You will not regret it. So I came up here to Finnegans, and the boys signed me up, and next thing I knew, I got a letter, you get to go. Good.
I think probably the first thing that I seen was the anticipation of everybody that was on our motorhome.
The first day we go out, we stay at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and then the second morning we go to the Flight 93 National Memorial in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where the plane was put down by the 40 civilian heroes of September 11th to save the hit on Washington.
They had a chance to go over and sit down and just begin to really feel the whole experience. Looking out into the field, that morning it was really foggy, but they really sat there and began to reminisce what this was really all about.
My favorite part was from start to finish. There was nothing on there that wasn't favorite. I think probably the biggest surprise I got was mail call.
We had over 7,000 letters this year that were sent in, and we put them into these old musty Army duffel bags, and we had Uncle Sam himself deliver mail call, and he called out all 200 of those veterans' names one at a time. And what that does is it replicates the highlight of their experience when they were deployed overseas.
It's a surprise to every group that goes, so don't tell anybody about it. It's supposed to be a surprise, and it was. Letters from school kids, from family, from nursing homes even, people congratulating you, saying how much they appreciate serving your country and keeping us free.
And the tears begin to flow. And that's quite an experience to see.
And I don't know how these guys here at Finnegans ever got everybody to do this. There were thousands of letters, I think. It was fantastic. Everybody got an envelope with letters. And I don't mean one or two, I mean I had probably 12 or 15 letters in an envelope.
There were some that never opened them, even on the whole trip, and could not open them until they got home.
Mail call, just like in the old days in Korea. Mail call, and everybody got mail. It was great.
The third day, we spend the entire day in Washington, D.C., and we tour the war memorials. We go to Arlington, the Tomb of the Unknown, we watch the changing of the guard. We go to the Iwo Jima Memorial, the Korean, Vietnam walls and memorials, and the Lincoln Memorial. And the highlight of the trip is always centered around the World War II Memorial.
I'd have never been able to do that on my own. I'm 80 years old now. There's no way that I'd drive in Washington traffic. And I don't mind traveling cross country, but to get into a place like that you don't know of, you have no idea where to go, what to see.
On the trip back from D.C., we pick up a state police escort at the Ohio-Pennsylvania line, and they escort us all the way back to Wisconsin, and they just kind of relay off as we come across the other states.
The welcome home, oh my, I never saw anything like it. On the way home, we had police escorts.
Thousands and thousands of people showed up. We had a massive fireworks display for them. And
the fireworks up at Eclipse Center, the firemen, the policemen, the flags, just, oh, I never saw anything like it. When I come back from Korea to start with, I got a cup of coffee and a donut. And this was just absolutely fantastic.
I think the neatest thing that we have found with this trip, because they spend 4 days together, is not only a rekindling of previous friendships, because some of them will know people that are on the trip, it's the celebration. They have this common thread between them.
So many people have benefited just from the gathering. People have kept their secrets or their past, haven't talked about them until they got together on this trip, talking with others. It brought a lot of people to life again, you might say.
We're finding it provides a lot of closure for the veterans themselves. You know, it's just a lot of them have never talked about what they experienced during those war years, and it's very profound to us. We've had numerous ones that unfortunately have passed away since they've taken our trips, but they've actually been buried in their VetsRoll shirts that we provide to them when they go on the trip. And I say profound because it's profound to know you had that much impact in 4 days of a 90-year-old's life that they wanted to be buried in a VetsRoll shirt. So, I mean, that tells us we're doing the right thing. It's very exciting.
It was a fantastic trip. These guys never missed a thing. Never missed a thing. I talk every ex-Marine, ex-GI that I can that hasn't heard about it to sign up and go.